ladies, I'm very thankful you are in Russia and you make us women all over the world conscious, and it's a great job.
Which is what you do, and thank you for what you do.
And
yes.
Well, maybe later I'll tell you what I do, but now it's about you guys, you girls, guys, ladies. And I want once again to ask this question: what is your special power, each of you?
Okay, so now I feel like you're like I should have a cape on or something.
You
right?
you have to have a cape.
Yes. There's no special power. One thing that I've learned, and actually we've all learned, and I'll let them share, but one thing is I've tapped into the power of making mistakes.
Oh.
Yes. So in school we're taught not to make a mistake. If you make a mistake, you get an F, or you make a mistake, you're told you're stupid, right? The only way we learn and we grow as human beings is by making mistakes. So early on, I had the luxury to learn that mistakes really are not bad. Mistakes are actually gems and are actually gifts if you can find the lesson.
Actually, it's the only thing.
Yes,
yeah.
Yes. So in investing, I make tons of mistakes. In business, I make tons of mistakes. And when something negative happens, looks negative, I go, oh, okay, so where's that little gem in there? Where's that gift? And where's the lesson that I can take and make my business, make my investments, make myself better? That's, I think, the biggest gift.
This is great power you have to. You're giving on to women.
Yes, and if women can just change, it took me a while to shift my mind to the fact that mistakes really
it
are
feels
great.
So painful when you say it, because I think I wanted to be a good girl.
Yeah,
we all
did.
We all wanted to be good girls.
Yeah? Yes.
We want to have good
everybody
numbers at school, like good. What is it? A, B.
Yes.
In America, it's
a
5 and 4 in Russia, and we all wanted to be good girls, and we want actually.
Well, maybe that explains why I was always at the principal's office.
So actually you were lucky, because I think most of the women have it much more difficult, because they want to make everybody happy.
Yes, I think that is...
Please, yes. Mother, father,
yes.
Then husband.
That's difficult. Yeah. You know, and I was going to say, really learning to forgive yourself. So sometimes it's easy to forgive others, but being able to forgive yourself and be happy with yourself and accept yourself, that's a huge, again, a mindset shift.
Yeah.
Right? That it's easy for me to say that, I forgive you for what you've done, but for forgiving myself and accepting myself for who I am is absolutely changes the mindset.
And if I turn to you, what is your special power?
What's your superpower?
Yeah, what is your superpower?
I would say forgiveness.
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 It sounds so good. I mean, it's such a simple matter, but when it's great to forgive yourself. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. What is your secret?
Probably just helping others be their greatest self. And I do that by asking questions and pulling out the best person that there is and just helping that person expand and grow. And by doing that, obviously, I expand and grow.
Okay, make mistakes, forgive yourself, pass it on. Is there any other superpower?
I think for me, I'm good at remaining calm under pressure and seeing the big picture. So sometimes, we can get so caught up in the details and the little things, but to be able to step back and look at the big picture.
I think it comes back to you at the point of vision. What can you say about vision? Because what I heard from Robert, it's all about vision.
It is about vision. And when we started the Rich Dad Company, it was interesting because people said, why are you creating? First we started with our board game called Cash Flow, and then Rich Dad Poor Dad came out, and people said, why do you do this? And we said, well, we're on a mission. And they said, well, what's your mission? And we said, our mission is to elevate the financial well-being of humanity. And that mission still holds today. This was back in 1996, holds today, and it will hold until the day we die, because it will never be completed, right? But people would say to us, well, that's pretty nervy of you to have such a big goal. And we're like, no, that's what drives us. It's that mission and that vision that keeps us going. It's why we come and teach to
and
women.
then I said, I was exactly thinking of the same thing when you said like the whole world. I said like you started, you didn't have even business,
Nothing.
nothing at that point,
We had nobody.
and you set the goal, the worldwide wellness, the worldwide,
Worldwide.
ambitious.
Well, we figured we'd always have work to do, and we wouldn't be bored.
But it keeps you going for such a long
Yeah,
time.
it's why we're here teaching women here in Moscow.
So you were for the first time in Russia.
First time for all of us. Yeah, we were in Ukraine earlier, first time in Ukraine, and then we were in St. Petersburg, now in Moscow, all for the first time, and it's a beautiful country. Beautiful country. Lots of opportunity, especially for the women.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, these women, one of the things that we talk about is that women all over the world, we haven't been nearly as influential as we need to be, and a lot of us have stepped back and not fulfilled the roles that we need to, and it's time now. The world's kind of messed up, and right now we need women to step up, and we need that female energy and attitude to really turn things around. So one of the reasons we come and we teach is to, as Lisa says, to empower women, to educate, to encourage them, to really find out, as Seal said, who your true self is, and to bring out that gift and to share it, because as long as you're sitting hiding, you're not doing anybody any good.
You know, the question which gets out of what you said comes up in my mind is, I think Russian women would be scared of losing their position in the relationship with a man. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. All over the world.
All over the world, so it's the same thing. So actually it's not the capacity or capability of the women to make the step. If they have all that, then there is the last thing left. If I do that, I will be alone.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Yeah, right?
That's very
so tell
common.
me how to solve this question.
You got to be okay being alone.
Oh, no.
No, not that it's going to happen. Not that it's going to happen. Because I mean, I went through this too, even with Robert, years and years ago. I'm like, well, if I really stand up and do what I want, we might go different directions.
Right.
I had that thought. But for me, what was most meaningful and most important to me drove me to go beyond that. So I looked at the consequences. Robert might not like it, and we might go apart. That's the consequence. But for me, I felt like I was being so true to who I was and standing up for who I was.
So to love yourself more.
Yeah.
Than...
Yes. And that compensated for the possible consequence. But as a result, of course, as I went this way, we got stronger and we got closer.
I think that could be a great answer. I think we have to emphasize this part. I think what you say, it's like I have so many questions about that. Women have capacity, they have knowledge, they even are ready to. They have help, they get help, they are ready to step in, step out actually, and then the last thing is if I lose my relationship, if I lose my husband, and what you say is actually. I can interpret it in my own words, like live your truth, and this truth can be so strong that it will lift everybody around you.
Because when you're truly happy with yourself, then you are able to be happy in your family. So being happy with yourself and being who you truly are doesn't mean that you're alone on an island. And I think that radiates off women, that when they're truly living their purpose, they shine. And I think men are attracted. I mean, I know my husband and I have become more and more close as the years have gone, as we've grown, and it hasn't been laying myself down and letting him grow. It's encouraging each other to grow at the same time.
I can sign under each word. Absolutely. No, really, I mean, women forget that. That's what they forget, because men need energy from a woman. If the woman loves herself, happy, radiates love and energy,
she can give that. If
she
doesn't,
Yeah.
she's not able to give that to her husband.
And go ahead.
Yeah.
And then if it does bother the man, if he does feel threatened, that's where you sit down and you have an honest one-on-one conversation with him and put the communication in. Find out what's going on with him. Ask him a simple question. What is this reminding you of? Are you afraid of losing me? Get it out in the open. Once you do that.
What? Come on, answer that.
No, I mean, we all are. I mean, we all are. And we just were having a discussion earlier about, you know, if you're going to build a business, you are all in on your business. Yeah. I mean, people ask a lot about balance, right? Well, where's the balance between, now I have no kids, where's the balance between business and your relationship and your marriage and your friends and
your health
and your health and all of that. And a lot of times there's no balance, because when you're building your business, you are 100% focused, you are doing whatever you have to do, you're sacrificing. And then now I look back, now at this point in my life, now I have the luxury to choose more.
And then you say, this is probably the best thing I did for myself.
Yes,
right?
It was, absolutely. Now I have a team back in Phoenix and all over the world, actually, who I don't have to be doing everything. Yeah, you know, I'm not I don't have to be on the road selling, and I don't have to be on the road, you know, being the spokesperson and all of this stuff, because I have a team now. But that comes over time. And I think for a lot of women, we talk about team because we are a team. They're oftentimes that the woman, if she starts a business, it's just her, you know. And sometimes you got to task yourself to how big do you want to be. Yeah. Because in the U.S., 90% of women-owned businesses have only one employee, her. Yeah. And I don't know.
I heard your interview about that on the Rich Dad.
Yep. So if she really wants to make a difference in the world, she's going to have to grow, and she's going to have to bring other people on to get her mission and her message out to the world.
Or maybe she wants to grow till a certain moment and then refocus or do something else. Maybe sometimes, and it's okay.
Yeah, absolutely. We just see the potential in women, and so we always are like, you got to be bigger, you got to be bigger, because that's what we see. I mean, right?
Yeah, we actually see that in everybody, not just women, but you know,
But women need encouragement more.
Oh, totally.
Yeah,
totally.
Absolutely. Yeah. Actually, in Russia, we used to look at other countries and always make comparison, not in our favor, saying like, oh, actually there it's this way, and there it's that way, and with us it's always. And I think when I read statistics for the first time in your book, Rich Woman, I was completely stuck. I was like, my God, 47% women after 50 are lonely. And I was thinking, okay, maybe it's only in Russia so bad. And then I said, oh my God, it's all over the world, everywhere, it's the same thing. Yeah. But why do you think that women's energy and this input would save the world? Why you think it's now, and why you think the world needs it?
I think women are creative. I think they're problem solvers. I think they have a certain level of empathy. That they can work together.
Yep.
And well, they're passionate, you know, nurturers. So I think all of those combined is the next step.
And the world, I mean, the world's a mess. I mean, it's financially, ethically, economically, morally, it's a mess. And I'm not blaming.
So men prove they're incapable.
I'm not
That's what you want to say.
I'm just saying, look who's been in charge for a long time. And I look at the U.S., just looking at the U.S., and I know it's all over the world, but in the U.S., it's greed and it's power. And it's greed and it's killing us. And they're the decisions being made by your country, by our country, by most countries are not what's good for the country or what's good for the people. It's what's good for the individual in their pocket. It's their own hidden agenda. And they want, in the U.S., they want to get reelected. So they do things to get reelected, not to make the country better. And definitely not to make the world better. So I think women, as I don't like to use general terms, but we are more nurturers, right? And we want our families to grow and to prosper, and we want our towns, and we want, I just think we have a bigger agenda to make this world better. And we need women in politics, we need them in business, we need them in finance, we need them in all sorts of roles. We need that common sense.
Okay, that's about common sense. But what do you think about the fact that at this point when our economy and the whole world is more based on communication, on services, actually it's women's time because women can do it easier. It's not about muscles anymore. It's not about, it's about this kind of thing. And women can be more successful in this thing. And what if she is? What if she's more successful, she earns more, which in Russia happens a lot, that women earn more than men. Actually, I saw it in Europe also all over. And how you build the family if your husband earns less? Well, maybe I shouldn't ask you about that, but maybe somebody can tell me.
I got divorced. I'm remarried, but it didn't work. It didn't work out.
Was it the reason that you were earning more?
It was a good portion.
Yeah. So
well, it wasn't just that he wasn't earning money; he just didn't have the drive and motivation.
Didn't have the drive. We weren't on the same page.
Well, in Europe, it's normal that the guy can stay home with children, and the lady would go and earn money. It's just pretty normal now, and men live with it, and they don't get divorced or something. But there is second part of this question.
Are the men happy doing what they're doing? I think that's what Lisa's point is.
Yeah,
If they're happy doing, I mean, we were talking about women, okay? So we're all business women.
Yeah.
We love business. We love making things happen. Yeah, we love the accomplishing. We love all of that. And if a woman, if her primary role, and she's the happiest being at home with her kids, God bless her, let her. That's good.
Yeah.
It's about doing what it is that you really want to do. So for me, I couldn't be. I'll be honest. I couldn't be with a guy that didn't have a lot of drive and ambition. I wouldn't want that because that wouldn't. I want a partner. I don't want to be dragging somebody along. And same vice versa. I don't think the guys want to be dragging somebody along.
Or you still want your guy to earn more and to be.
I don't care if he earns more.
No,
I couldn't care less.
So it's not about that.
Well, no, I couldn't care less.
Because it's not a competition. And I think that's where...
We think really so. Men can think different.
Yeah.
Ego. It's not about ego.
Yeah.
But I think you have to look at, well, it's changing. It's like in Rhonda's situation. He kind of like just not doing very much. What's his drive? What is he contributing to the relationship? And who cares if he makes a little bit less? If he's contributing and growing.
And he's happy with himself.
Yeah, exactly.
And so he can be a happy partner.
That's very different.
So what else you can do? We have our board game Cash Flow. Teaches about money and investing. We always say before you get married, play the game because your money behaviors will come out.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then there's a discussion to be had.
Absolutely. Okay? I'm glad we did that at home, and our children played from 5-year-old.
Oh, great.
So, yeah,
but I think that's part of the problem is you guys discussed it, and you discussed it with your kids. People don't talk about money. It's so
scared
bizarre.
to talk about money.
It's something you use every single day. Why don't you talk about it? And why don't?
And why? Actually, why?
Relationship assuming things.
Is this something religious or why?
It's a very good
why
question. It's like
I think a lot of it's generational. Also, I mean, I know my parents and grandparents. It wasn't something that was talked about all the time at home.
Ask again, and why that?
Right, and if it was talked about, it was maybe more contentious of how they were talking about it, and so I think that we weren't raised knowing how to talk about it and being able to say, I know I reacted about that, but that was from my previous experiences, right? And being able to label what your attitude about money is and knowing that I believe that because I was raised that way and I'm really trying to change that. But that's why I responded in a certain way.
Actually, it all started from Rich Dad in the whole world. You know that?
What's that?
The whole talk about money.
Well, we did our.
That
was part of the. That was part of the reason that we.
Who was before that? Nobody.
Yeah, there are a few, but not a lot. And I think too, it carries over from like mom and dad. Okay, mom and dad earned the money. Mom was a school teacher until the kids were at a certain age, and then. She was a stay-at-home mom, so it's almost like a carryover that we haven't said. Wait a minute, how come we're not? What happened? How come we're not talking about money? Hopefully, it'll change with younger. I think it is changing now.
I think it is changing.
Yeah.
And if you have family and it's okay and you talk about money, is it the good idea to have separate budget, to have two wallets, to have two bank accounts, to separate? They do it in Europe.
Oh, I did it for a long time when I got married. Yeah.
So.
But if you were just if you were just starting out, your money and his money, I did that in the beginning. But then because we were both investing, we were doing everything together. I mean, that was our business. And
so
that's
your
what we
idea
did.
is to grow together, to start separate and to grow together.
Yeah.
And how you
Yeah.
buy groceries? How you do shopping?
I like to shop for groceries. I don't cook.
Oh.
My mom told me when I was 9 years old.
Yeah,
You've heard that,
good
right?
one. Yeah, tell it again. It's just such a great thing.
My mom told me when I was 9 years old, Kim, if you don't want to spend your life in a kitchen, don't learn how to cook.
Yeah.
So going to the food store is like therapy for me.
Okay, so you buy it on your. If the small, I don't.
Oh, he does his own. Robert does his own cooking.
Oh.
I do my own cooking. We often don't. eat
And
the
then you
same
invite
thing.
each other.
Yeah. we. You know what? I guess back to your point about making people happy. I'm kind of at a point, and I think this comes with time, and this comes with experience, and this comes with a lot of personal development work I've done on myself. I don't really care a whole lot about what people think anymore. And I don't care if my relationship might look different. Robert cooks his, I cook mine. It's like I don't really care how it looks because I know what works. So I've gotten away more and more from what people think to just knowing that what I'm doing is what's best in my world.
And we all do different things. I don't think any of us.
But
handle it
now
the same
you
way.
actually, it's not only how you do it, but people all over the world want to know how you do it, and they want to learn from you. This is the whole point, and I think everybody's so interested. How is it built up? But I think the great thing you said, like it's better to start separate and to grow together than to throw everything and then to pull.
Well, especially if you don't know the person's financial behaviors.
And you don't
yes,
when you
don't
get
know,
married.
right? Yeah, so it's just like building a business or building an investment.
Yeah.
You start small, you take baby steps, and you watch and you watch and you watch, and you see if this is the way you want to go.
So actually it's being careful in partnership with your male partner. Actually, it's a partner in business, in marriage, in building up family. Well, if I will change topic and ask another crucial thing for women, for me at least, if you build up business and it works and it's exciting and it makes you happy and everything is okay, and you build up your lifestyle, and then you build up your lifestyle, and then it's a trap, because
Could be.
It's a trap.
Could
because
be.
you get used to your lifestyle, and then you get a little bit nervous about losing it. And then maybe if you actually want to stop, you don't stop because you have something to lose. You look like you know what to say. And I really want to answer. At the same time, when we get passionate about business and we focus on business, and we get at a certain point, probably get afraid to lose it, at what point you have to build up passive income to support? I mean, you have to be really multifunctional to build it all.
Yeah, I mean, our formula was very simple. And to your point, I do know people who got to a point where they had nothing and they built it up to the point where they had a lot, and then they were so terrified of losing it. It was horrible to watch what happens. But our formula was very simple. To be financially free doesn't take millions and millions of dollars. To be financially free, you just have to have more money coming in through your passive income, through income you don't work for, like rental properties or business income, than is going out. So we were financially free in '94. I mean, we
read all about it.
We had $10,000 a month coming in, but only $3,000 a month going out in expenses. So at that point, we were financially free, and we were good. But then what happened is we want to keep growing. We want to keep learning. It's not about, we have enough money. We don't need more money, but I need to keep growing, and I need to keep learning. So I'll do that in my personal development. I'll do that with my money. I'll do that in our business, because it's partly a game, but it's a life. It's my life. For me, I'm at a point where I have everything I need financially. So now it's like, what do I want to do? Where do I want to put my energy? Where do I want to grow? What do I want to learn next?
It's a kind of balance idea, balancing.
Yeah, because if you get to a point where you've really made it, that takes a lot of energy. And you're still going to have that energy inside of you, and you got to channel it somewhere.
Yeah. And that pursuit is so much of happiness, right? You know, you always have to be pursuing something.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you, I want this idea to be very clear, because if you you have a certain income of passive income from real estate, then you say, okay, I'm good now, I'm safe, I'm at the good stage. Then you build up business, but then you have to build up your passive income to support your lifestyle further.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And you did it all the time equally, or was it once in your
We
career?
built up our passive income first.
It always was going first.
Yes.
Business was never.
No. So we had our business before Rich Dad, and we didn't really sell it. We turned it over to our partner, and we split up some of the assets. But we didn't have a lot of money. We had very little money. We put it into the money we had. We sold some of our property we had, which was small, and put it into bigger properties. And because of that move alone, that's where we had our $10,000 a month. So it didn't take a lot of money to do it. It took knowledge, and it took experience, and it took taking baby steps, starting with a little 2-bedroom, 1-bath house.
But
right?
it was then, and then you were okay. But it was in '94, and since then you kept going on.
Yes.
And then
Because
I hope your lifestyle was also growing.
Yes, it was.
And then you were always taking care that money from passive income from real estate were more than what was coming out of business? Or was it once that business just jumped out ahead and then you had to build up?
No, our formula has always been we build our business and the cash flow from our business. So whenever there's cash flow coming out of the business, we invested in real estate.
Okay.
So it worked simultaneously.
Okay.
So the business didn't go, and then we invested every time the business made money, we invested that money in real estate.
Okay.
And the passive income doesn't support the business.
Right. That's correct.
Okay. It supports your lifestyle.
Yes.
Okay.
With or without.
And business supports real estate. So this is the golden formula.
Yes, this is the formula. You build your business, the cash flow from your business pays for your assets, whatever the assets you choose to invest in.
But you can also start from being employed with real estate.
Absolutely.
That's what in Russia most of people do.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll tell you a secret. In Russia, it's easier. I investigated it. It's easier because you have. It's like in the game cash flow, the rat which earns less wins the best.
Yes,
you know?
right. The one who,
we know that,
one
yeah.
who earns
we
the
know
less
that.
makes the
the cleaner.
Yeah.
It wins all the time.
Right.
So that's a little bit about Russia because you have actually less expenses. You pay less for services. You have less insurance, that kind of thing. You pay less, so it's easier to start and easier to start small and keep growing it. Yes. So I'm absolutely happy that you're finally in Russia because you're a legend here. I mean, really.
Well, then I better stick around.
Absolutely. You know the books. Your books here. You know when they were translated in Russian language. You know.
I don't know the exact year, but
you know that long time ago.
Yes, quite a while ago.
Last century. You know.
Yeah. Yes.
So finally you're here. Okay, ladies, I want to thank you very much for such an open conversation. I feel that we spoke about the most, matters which are close to our hearts and to our nature. And I wish all of us good luck tomorrow and day after tomorrow, and fulfill our mission to bring not only women but the whole world to the next step.
Yes. Thank you.
Can we do it once again? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Natasha. Thank you. Thank you for what you do.
We'll talk on and we'll meet again. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.